Letter 128 by Charles Lamb. Charles Lamb to William Wordsworth, PM, February 18, 1805. My dear Wordsworth, the subject of your letter has never been out of our thoughts since the day we first heard of it, and many have been our impulses towards you, to write to you or to write to inquire about you, but it never seemed the time. We felt all your situation, and how much you would want Coleridge at such a time, and we wanted somehow to make up to you his absence, for we loved and honoured your brother, and his death always occurs to my mind with something like a feeling of reproach, as if we ought to have been nearer acquainted, and as if there had been some incivility shown him by us, or something short of that respect which we now feel. But this is always a feeling when people die, and I should not foolishly offer a piece of refinement, instead of sympathy, if I knew any other way of making you feel how little like indifferent his loss has been to us. I have been for some time wretchedly ill and low, and your letter this morning has affected me so with a pain in my inside and a confusion, that I hardly know what to write or how. I have this morning seen Stewart, the 2D mate who was saved, but he can give me no satisfactory account, having been in quite another part of the ship when your brother went down. But I shall see Gilpin tomorrow, and will communicate your thanks and learn from him all I can. All accounts agree that just before the vessel going down, your brother seemed like one overwhelmed with the situation, and careless of his own safety. Perhaps he might have saved himself, but a captain who in such circumstances does all he can for his ship and nothing for himself is the noblest idea. I can hardly express myself, I am so really ill, but the universal sentiment is that your brother did all that duty required, and if he had been more alive to the feelings of those distant ones whom he loved, he would have been at that time a less admirable object, less to be exulted in by them, for his character is high with all that I have heard speak of him, and no reproach can fix upon him. Tomorrow I shall see Gilpin, I hope, if I can get at him, for there is expected a complete investigation of the causes of the loss of the ship, at the East India House, and all the officers are to attend, but I could not put off writing to you a moment. It is most likely I shall have something to add tomorrow in a second letter. If I do not write, you may suppose I have not seen G, but you shall hear from me in a day or two. We have done nothing but think of you, particularly of Dorothy. Mary is crying by me while I with difficulty write this. But as long as we remember anything, we shall remember your brother's noble person, and his sensible, manly, modest voice, and how safe and comfortable we all were together in our apartment, where I am now writing. When he returned, having been one of the triumphant China fleet, we thought of his pleasant exultation, which he expressed here one night, in the wish that he might meet a Frenchman in the seas, and it seemed to be accomplished all to his heart's desire. I will conclude from utter inability to write any more, for I am seriously unwell, and because I mean to gather something like intelligence to send to you tomorrow, for as yet I have but heard second hand and seen one narrative, which is but a transcript of what was common to all the papers. God bless you all, and reckon upon us as entering into all your griefs. Signature cut away. This is the first of a series of letters bearing upon the loss of the East Indiaman Earl of Abergavenny, which was wrecked off Portland Bill on February 6, 1805, 200 persons and the captain John Wordsworth being lost. The character of Wordsworth's happy warrior is said to have been largely drawn from his brother John. His age was only 33.